Topic 10 is break-even analysis. Break-even meaning designating that point as a commercial venture at which income and expenditure are equal. In another word for business, the total level of production at which total revenue are equal to the total expenses. Break-even analysis is a useful tool for determining what point your company or a new service or product will be profitable. In other words, it is a financial calculation for determining the number of products or services a company should sell to cover its costs. Break-even analysis is used for determining the point where total cost expenses and total sales revenue are equal. It is used for studying the effect of changing costs or prices on company profitability. It can also predict the sales volume or dollars required to achieve a desired profit based on your own costs. It also used for comparing between alternatives as using new machine, new product, plant location, or whatever. The notation used for break-even analysis or break-even chart, especially in the case of production and sales and revenues, these are the symbols used. The unit selling price is small p, variable cost per unit is CV, fixed cost is FC, total variable cost is VC, number of units produced and sold unit are Q. Remember that they are assuming that what you are going to produce is what you are going to sell. Total revenue also is TR, total cost is TC, break-even volume calculated in units, BEP, subscribed X, break-even in dollars or in Egyptian pounds, PEPLE, that's in prices or values. This is the shape of the break-even chart. This is the chart showing the x-axis is quantities and the y-axis is money, dollars or whatever the currency you are using. We have here three lines. It is especially for linear break-even chart. Three lines, one of them about the total cost. The line of the total cost is accumulation of two things. The fixed cost, which is equal, that is horizontal line parallel to the quantity at FC, and the other one is the total variable cost. The total variable cost is added to the fixed cost and show you what's called TC, the total cost. About the revenue comes from selling the units. It is multiplying the selling price by the units sold. It is the other line starting from the origin and going upward. It is TR. The intersection between them means the break-even point. It means the break-even point is the point at which the total revenue is exactly equal to the total cost which is containing two items, fixed cost and total variable cost. If we are looking to the value of that break-even point on quantity axis, it is BEPX, and on the y-axis, which is money, it is BEP in dollars or Egyptian pounds. Remember that when the total cost is exceeding the total revenue, it means you are losing. If the total revenue is greater than the total cost, it means you are gaining of having profit, because the profit is the difference between total revenue and total cost. In other words, the break-even point is the point at which profit is equal to 0. Here are the formulas I used. The total cost is the fixed cost plus the total variable cost. And the total variable cost is CV multiplied by Q. Look to the red equation. Total revenue TR equal to the selling price multiplied by the quantity. The profit is the total revenue minus total cost. If you subtract the two formulas here, you get a formula for profit. They are very simple formulas. Topic 10 is break-even analysis. Break-even meaning designate that point as a commercial venture at which income and expenditure are equal. In another word, for business, the total level of production at which total revenue are equal to the total expenses. Break-even analysis is used for determining the point where total cost expenses and total sales revenue are equal. It is used for studying the effect of changing costs or prices on company profitability. It can also predict the sales volume or dollars required to achieve a desired profit based on your own costs. It also used for comparing between alternatives, as using new machine, new product, plant location, or whatever. Firstly, total cost, revenue, and profit. The total cost is the fixed cost plus variable cost, total variable cost, which is variable cost multiplied by Q. Here it is. And now you substitute the values from the problem, you got these values. The total revenue here is price multiplied by Q. He's selling 30,000, the price is 6, it means the total revenue is 180. The profit in that situation is the subtracting between these two variables, the total revenue minus the total cost. Now the question of break-even volume. You can directly use this formula. You can directly use this formula, or the formula of break-even point X. Or remember that total cost is equal to total revenue and substitute the values at which the Q is the break-even volume. The question is how much to produce to earn a certain profit. The profit is equal to total revenue minus total cost, 150,000. Substitute using the ordinary equation of total cost and total revenue. You got out that the quantity is 4250 units, or 2500 units. The question of variable cost that can yield annual profit of 100,000 pounds in case of selling 10,000 units per year. The profit is known. Now we are going to use the equation of profit, which comes from total revenue minus total cost. What is the missing variable is CV, which is the unit variable cost. The next question is the percentage reduction will occur in break-even volume if the fixed cost is reduced 10%. Now if the fixed cost, the new fixed cost is 0.9 of the original fixed cost. Substitute in the equation to find out the break-even point or break-even volume. You got it, it is 4,500 units. The reduction is the difference between this one and the one before, which is 5,000. The reduction is 10% also. Here are to draw the chart. The total revenue starts from the origin. The total cost starts from the point of fixed cost, which is the blue line. In the second example, in production of automatic washing machine, the cost element were the following cost elements: worker wage per unit, investment cost per month, fuel cost of equipment per unit, direct raw material per unit, company employee salary per month, advertising and marketing expenses. Here are the all information of costs. These are the costs. Remember that, be careful. Some of them are per unit, some of them are per period. And your study is based on a period. You have to look at how many units are going to produce in that period of time. If you know that the expected production is 5,000 washing machine per month with selling price of 1,200 pounds per unit, calculate total cost and profit and the break even. The only problem or the only thing in this problem, it is very easy, but the only thing to be careful is calculating the costs. Now, what are the variable costs per unit? We have to look at what are the variable costs per unit. That is the costs related to per unit values All of them are presented from the data given. Anything per unit are accumulated together to reach CV. What about the fixed cost? That is the cost per interval or per period of time. The total cost is the fixed cost plus the total variable cost, which is CV multiplied by Q. The profit is the difference between the total revenue and the total cost. Break-even volume, you can use directly the formula or go back equating between the total revenue and the total cost at a volume equal BEPX. The last example. This one is showing you how to use the break-even to select between two types of machine. A small company intended to add a new machine to increase the volume. The volume table shows the available alternative and cost element of each. Machine A fixed cost is 40,000, variable cost is 10, machine B is 35,000 and variable cost is 11. If you know that you are going to produce 10,000 units per month and the selling price is 15 pounds per unit, calculate the break-even volume. Here is the break-even of what? Break-even between the machine A and the machine B. We are not looking at how much we are going to benefit or total cost or volume or break-even between what you are costing and what you are benefiting or revenue from the products. Here, the break-even between A and B, machine A and B, means the volume at which A and B are equal as investment alternative. Which machine should be you buy if you know that you are asking to produce 10,000 units? Let's go to the solution. For machine A, the break-even of machine A is the total cost divided by price minus variable cost. The second one, a machine B, is for machine A we are calculating the break-even point, and for machine B we are calculating the break-even point. He is asking you how much it profit. The total profit for machine A using the values given in the problem, and here the values given in the problem. What does it mean? It means that the break-even of machine A is 8,000 units, and for machine B it is 8,750. It means the break-even of machine A is less than machine B. Okay, but what you are going to the expected selling number of units. The expected selling number of units is 10,000. It means machine A is better. Why? We are going to calculate the profit at 10,000 at volume 10,000 for machine A. We are calculating the profit at 10,000 for machine A and the profit at 10,000 for machine B. Which one of them is greater? We are going to select it. At the upper part of the slide here is the profit for machine A. Total revenue minus total cost. You reach or find out at production quantity 10,000. You find that you are going to gain a profit of 10,000. In the case of machine B, you find it 5,000. By this, it means machine A is better than machine B. Here are the problems you are going to solve at home, and then wait for the assignment to answer its questions. From the following data, calculate a break-even point in terms of sales value and in units. Number of units at that must be sold to earn a profit of 90,000. Here are the values given or the data given for that problem 1. For problem 2, calculate by how much the selling price must be increased by the company to break even. It means we are going to find out what is the break even, and the selling price must be calculate how much the selling price must be increased to break even. You can find that what is the break even amount. The amount sold is 250. You are going to calculate the break even, and the sold amount is 250. The question is, you are going to change the selling price to let the company break even. It means the target is 250,000 as a break even point. You calculate the selling price and see what is the difference between a given selling price, which is 2, and the one you find it out by calculating 250,000 as break even point. See you in next topic, inshallah.